So I am completely mystified by what people have managed to do to make their lives work. I mean, I'm thinking that I'm feeling very sorry for myself at how my life is, for numerous reasons. And so life is basically awful. But as awful as it is, I realize that it could be a lot more awful. And I also realize that it is a lot more awful for millions of people. And I'm not just saying millions for the sake of a big number. I'm saying actually millions of people have awful lives. It's quite common to have an awful life. And my life is awful, but it's nowhere near as awful as it is for so many people. And I think it's incredible. And these people manage to keep going somehow. And I really don't understand how they manage it. Because I'm finding my situation to be virtually impossible. And it's so horrible for misery to be the daily experience of my life. It's just really terrible. And it is such a mystery to me how people manage to handle worse situations. So my situation is I don't have memory and I've had an injury and this caused my memory to be damaged. So I have no memory at all virtually. I have the odd snippets, but normal memory is basically gone. So I don't remember things from the past. But also I can't form new memories either. So I don't know what I was doing 5 minutes ago, for example. Well, I do know one thing. I fell over. I slipped on the wet floor and hurt my knees. So it's really annoying. But at the same time, I realised it could be a lot worse. So I fell over, but it wasn't as bad as it could be. But it is still pretty awful. I can't believe that I'm an invalid now and I have to be more careful on even moving around, basically moving around. It's so worrying and annoying and scary to be like this. So this video isn't all about moaning, I hope, but it is a strange situation that I'm in. So I've probably said before I don't really know what's going on because I've got no memory. But this is a log of life, I suppose. Just saying stuff. So there's not a lot to say. I fell over, hurt my knees. Um, I didn't want to forget. That's why I'm doing a log of sorts. So I am wondering very strongly what my life is now, what I'm doing, and what I can do. And importantly, I want to know how I can enjoy my life. Um, I mean, I'm 46, I think. Yeah, I think it's 46. And so potentially I could have 30 odd years left of living. And living without being able to taste food and being partially disabled, I really don't know how I make life enjoyable. How do I proceed in a way that makes sense? It's so frustrating to be like this. And I'm just amazed that people that have it worse than me still manage to go on somehow. I'm so impressed with these people. I mean, if I had a leg amputated or whatever, or if I had cancer or something, or some other horrible condition, how would I be able to go on? I'm finding it hard to proceed now, And I know that my problems are nowhere near as bad as many people out there. Literally, millions of people have it worse than me out there. I'm not just saying millions because it's a big number. There are millions of people that have a worse life than I'm having. But I'm finding my life impossible basically as it is. And so the idea of it being worse is just so stunning. It's incomprehensible. I can't tell you how frustrating it is to not taste food. It's unbelievable. I mean, food is absolutely vital in your life. More important than sex, more important than nice accommodation, more important than working and whatever. It's second only to breathing, probably. There's breathing and then there's tasting food. And I can't taste food. And I can't tell you unbelievably frustrating it is. So, yeah, I don't mean to be just moaning at the world like this, but I don't really feel I have much of a choice. It's hard to be positive about anything. Um, I'm wondering the philosophical question of what life is. What is my life now? I mean, it's just so insane. I have two children that I don't even know because I have no memory now. Um, I'm living in supported accommodation. I don't know the status really, so I don't know if I'll be here forever or if I can afford it anymore or if I'm paying for it or anything like that. I used to have a decent amount of money and I had two properties, a house and a flat. I had a car. I had two self-employed businesses. I had savings. I was in control of my life, and absolutely all of it is a mess. Um, I really don't understand anything at all. I know I need to talk to someone, some poor guy that has to somehow assist me, probably, and I can just moan at him and say how impossible my life is, and he'll just nod his head and say, "Don't worry about it. You'll be looked after. Everything's in hand." And I think that's rubbish, really. Um, my life is so outrageously crazy and complicated. I just don't know how to do anything useful. So I do not know how to survive life as it is. It's, I hardly know what to do next. I'm doing this log to try and keep track of my life because I don't have a memory, so it's hard to keep track of what's going on. So all this happened today is I've fallen over and bashed my knees, and it was bad, but it could have been a lot worse. So I need to be more careful going forward. It's so weird being in invalid and whatever. So I'm thinking my life is basically destroyed. Um, I don't know what the first step is to rebuild it. Um, it really is hard to know what I can do. Um, all I'm doing at the moment is existing. I'm just functioning as a human being. I'm not contributing to the world in any way except to give a job to do for support workers. And I really have no way of knowing if anything will change or improve. It's so frustrating, so scary.